Hello, Robs. We've got some new books. I believe this is New Arrivals, New Book Arrivals, number 199. It's a special Halloween edition. Yeah. The Huron River Hunting and Fishing Club celebrates 75 years. To you, that doesn't mean anything. To me, it means something. From 2000, Huron River is a main river running through southeast Michigan. I'm guessing this is in the Ann Arbor area. But I could be wrong. The Huron River Hunting and Fishing Club would not exist today if it weren't for Old Huron River. Let's see, Michigan, the state of Michigan, known for its mass production of automobiles. Farmington was a booming community. Oh, so maybe it's in Farmington, which is in the Detroit area as well. But anyway, this book's not going to mean anything to you. Just local history and nothing I will probably ever use. But for 50 cents, I mean, the pictures aren't even very good. But what's that to me? Might come in handy at some point there. I don't know for what, but there you go. Beyond Choice, Reproductive Freedom in the 21st Century by Alexander Sanger, whom I presume is part of Margaret Sanger's brood of Nazis. Grandson of the renowned family planning advocate Margaret Sanger, a eugenicist. Yeah, he looks like a psychopath. He's currently Goodwill Ambassador for the United Nations. Jesus, that's always a bad one. – 2004, Alexander Sanger. The battle for reproductive freedom will not be won until America is convinced that abortion is moral, says Sanger. Well, nobody's ever going to believe that en masse. Modern day child sacrifice, but go ahead. H.P. Lovecraft, Great Tales of Horror. What is this, like a Barnes & Noble? No, Fall River, which I assume is in that same vein as Barnes & Noble and reproducing classic texts. See how the board looks. Pretty plain. Had it been embossed, that would have been nice, but it's not. H.P. Lovecraft has yet to be surpassed as the 20th century's greatest practitioner of the classic horror tale. I thought Stephen King passed him up. Not a particular fan of either, but pretty lucky find on a Halloween Eve. Starkweather, the story of a mass murderer by William Allen. In January 1958, a 19-year-old Nebraskan Charles Starkweather, accompanied and possibly assisted by his 14-year-old girlfriend, Carol Ann Fugate, murdered 10 people. After his capture, it turned out that he had gunned down an 11th person. Their 8-day rampage through 2 states seemed to embody the 50s nightmare of teenage violence. Was it an accident that Charlie looked like James Dean and aped the movie actor's mannerisms? Charlie and Carol ate snacks and watched television a few yards from where the bodies of her parents and baby sister lay hidden. He killed the young couple when the pair happened to stop their car to offer help. He held a rich Lincoln, Nebraska family hostage for several desperate hours and then escaped with Carol from a city that acted as though it were under a state of siege. His murder spree would end in a chase at high speeds that could have come straight out of Hollywood. There he is. I wouldn't say he looked like James Dean. He's got the same fucking haircut. But he don't look like him. He looks like some fucking... Kind of looks like Didomi. Is that blood? Is it? An Exorcist. More stories by Gabriel Amorth. Following up his international best-selling book, An Exorcist tells his story, Father Gabriel Amorth, the renowned chief exorcist of Rome, expands on some of the key topics of his previous book, covering important details about demonic or occult issues. He uses concrete examples from his own experiences and those of other exorcists to illustrate and substantiate his point. Now we enter into the heart of our subject. What are the symptoms that allow us to discern whether a disturbance is of evil or of natural origins? Pretty unexpected book. Yeah. Johnny Appleseed, the man, the myth, the American story. John Chapman comes alive here and is a thrilling experience to escape the decades of myth. I only got this because I have a younger brother named John, and we called him Appleseed when he was a baby. So there we go. Now I got a Johnny Appleseed biography. Maybe I'll let him borrow it. I don't really know jack squat about Johnny Appleseed. Three by Annie Dillard. Pilgrim at Tinker Creek, An American Childhood, The Writing Life. Wasn't going to get this. I saw this earlier in the week when I went to the thrift store, but passed it up, but now I got it. I believe these are full novels, or maybe they're novellas. Either way, I don't think it's worth much or anything, but I got it. Trejo, My Life of Crime, Redemption in Hollywood. Danny Trejo with Donald Logue. Relatively new book. It's got some value. Trejo's a kind of interesting actor, though he's become a little cliched in his roles. But I figured I'd pick it up. It's in nice shape. Relatively current topic. Didn't he die? Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. Thought he died recently. Definitely a character actor of all time. Safariel's New Dictionary of Astrology. Astrological references defined in a comprehensive manner, plus information concerning the planet Pluto and differences of zone and standard times throughout the world. A Kmart special, 97 cents. Sure, it's not worth anything, but it's interesting enough. And for 50 cents, it's in rather great shape. 1963. That seems wrong. That was probably when it was first published. I'm going to guess the 1980s. Maybe 1970s. As I said, it's in rather great shape, despite a few tears and such. Did not realize it was a dictionary when I bought it, but I still would have got it anyway, so can't hurt to have. Gertrude Stein, 3 Lives. Not particularly interested in Gertrude Stein, but it's an alternative classic. The Three Lives, first published in 1909, Three Lives marks the beginning of an era of bold experimentation with literary form and language that has continued throughout our century. Rose was always telling Sam, "You must be good to poor Valanthia." "You know, Sam," Rose said very often. Jefferson was silent for some time, and always he was looking very gently at Maclanthia. Doesn't look very avant-garde to me, although I've heard that claim about her. The Best of Ghost caught on film. I browsed through this at the store, and I wasn't very impressed, but I was just like, I need a book. And since I'm sorting out my paranormal, there it is. The classic Mary Todd Lincoln with Abe behind her. Mummler. Eagle from the Ectoplasm. That's pretty damn good. Hey, there's an eagle that came out of the ectoplasm, Maud. The bogey woman. She appears to be floating and looking towards the floor. Yeah, she is. They ain't shitting. The Brugus face. Oh my god. That's not a double exposure, is it? Actually, I think that's just an optical illusion. That's pretty fucking cool. Hey, there's a face in our picture, Claude. This baby's at his own grave. Hey, I'm just playing. I'm not dead. Uninvited wedding guest. Where is he? Can you see him? I don't see him, bruv. There had been no one else, either inside or outside the house at the time. Is that it right there? I don't see shit. Maybe that's it. That looks like a fucking dinosaur. I don't see anything else. Oh, I see him now, right there. See if it'll focus. There, you see him? Right over his shoulder. Son of a bitch. He is there. It's pretty cool, bro. The Enfield Poltergeist. This culminated in a large number of well-witnessed manifestations. I don't see him. Is that him in the corner? Or is it this guy jumping? No, it looks like two people in the bed. I don't know where the fuck it is. Macbeth. Text and context. Edited by William C. Carroll. Written, of course, by Shakespeare. I love those old drawings. Those are brilliant. The Discovery of Witchcraft. Discourses of Witchcraft. Witchcraft and Prophecy. Haven't read much Shakespeare. Not much of a author sort of reader. But this is basically Macbeth explicated, probably to the deepest degree. Finally, we got alternative realities, the paranormal, the mystic, and the transcendent in human experience. Most popular literature on the supranormal features sensationalism and unfounded speculation rather than serious inquiry. I think this is more of a dictionary, or more like an encyclopedia of the paranormal. So it's basically useless, but could have some interesting stuff. Zazen. Probably won't have anything interesting, but there we go. We're up to date. 13 new books on Halloween. Saves me a trip tomorrow. All right, bros. Goodbye. Good boy.